Hello Year 4. Today we're going to look at endangered species as part of our inquiry topic. So, all about endangered species. First of all, what is a species and what does endangered mean? Just have a think about those. What is a species? A species is a life form. So examples include animals, which includes us, trees and plants. There are millions of species on our planet. What does endangered mean? Endangered means at risk of becoming extinct. There would be no more of its kind left alive on the earth, like the dinosaurs. The International Union for Conservation of Nature is an organisation that monitors species across the world. And they have put together what's called the Red List, and this explains the possibility of extinction that a species faces. The lowest level is least concern, so there are no worries about the numbers of the species. There are so many of them that they don't think they're going to become extinct. Above that is near threatened, so in this case there is a risk that the species will become extinct in the wild. Then there's vulnerable, which means there's a high risk the species will become extinct in the wild. Endangered. This is the next level up, means there's a very high risk the species will become extinct in the wild. Critically endangered. There is an extremely high risk that the species will become extinct in the wild. Extinct in the wild. That means the only remaining live examples are in zoos and nature parks. Extinct. That means there's none of the animals left alive anywhere in the world. And there is one other category, data deficient. And that just means that the scientists haven't been able to find out how well a species is doing. So they don't know how many there are, they don't know how close they might be to becoming extinct. Now, the IUCN has so far investigated over 96,500 species, including plants, and of these more than 26,500 are in danger of becoming extinct. So let's find out some more about some of those endangered species. We'll start with an Amur leopard. Now, the Amur leopard lives in East Russia and northern China. They can run at nearly 60 kilometers an hour. They can jump nearly 3 meters in the air. It's about the height of a room. And they can jump 6 meters forward. So that means they'd be able to jump easily from the back of our classroom to the front. Now in the wild they live 10 to 15 years, but in zoos and nature parks they can live up to 20. It's thought that there are between 80 and 90 Amur leopards left in the wild. Amur leopards are critically endangered for a number of reasons. Poachers hunt them for their skins. The leopard's forest habitats are sometimes destroyed by farmers who set fire to the trees to make more space for farming. Factories and roads have been built across the forests where the leopards live, which has also reduced their habitat. Let's go on to the black rhino. There are two kinds of rhino, the black rhino and the white rhino. The black rhino is the smaller of the two. They live in the savannas and grasslands of southern and eastern Africa. They can weigh up to 1,350 kilograms and are around 1.6 meters tall. They live between 30 to 35 years in the wild, and the current black rhino population is about 5,500. Poaching is the main reason the black rhino is critically endangered. For hundreds of years they've been poached, and in the 1970s and 1980s they were hunted to be used in Chinese medicine. In recent years, conservationists have worked hard to start increasing the numbers of black rhinos in the wild. Now let's go to the orangutan. The orangutan and its relative, the Borneo orangutan, are on the critically endangered list. Orangutans have 94.6% of the same DNA as humans, making them our close relatives. They live in rainforests on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra in Southeast Asia. They live in nests in trees and eat fruit such as lychees, mangoes and figs. 100 years ago it's thought there were over 230,000 orangutans in the wild. It's thought now that there are 110,000 left. Females are sometimes caught and killed while their young are sold as pets. Deforestation to build palm oil plantations has caused the loss of their habitats. Poachers also hunt orangutans for food. Let's go to the hawksbill turtle. Now, the hawksbill turtle lives in tropical oceans on coral reefs around the world. They eat sponges, sea anemones and jellyfish. Female hawksbill turtles can lay up to 200 eggs at a time. It is difficult for scientists to know their exact numbers, but it's thought that the population has decreased by around 80% in the last 100 years. Although it's illegal to hunt them in most countries, hawksbill turtles are still captured in some places to be eaten. They are also hunted for their shells, which are used for decorative purposes such as making jewellery. Climate change has caused the destruction of some habitats, which has also caused the number of hawksbill turtles to go down. Let's go to the Malayan tiger. Malayan tigers live in an area of Malaysia and the southern tip of Thailand. They are the national animal of Malaysia and are on the country's coat of arms. They are carnivores and eat animals including deer, goats and monkeys. Malayan tigers enjoy swimming. There are thought to be between 250 and 350 Malayan tigers left in the world. Logging companies and road building have caused the loss of the tiger's habitat. China has recently proposed lifting the ban on the use of tiger bone in medicine. This would cause tiger numbers across the world to decrease even more. And finally, let's look at the Sumatran elephant. Sumatran elephants are found in Sumatra, which is an island in Indonesia. They can be between 1.75 meters and 2.75 meters tall and can weigh 4,500 kilograms. Elephants are herbivores, which means they eat plants. A ban on buying and selling things made of ivory has helped the elephant population. However, the Sumatran elephant is still critically endangered due to its loss of habitat. In only a few decades, 70% of the Sumatran elephant habitat has been destroyed due to the building of paper factories and palm oil plantations. There are now between 2,400 and 2,800 Sumatran elephants left, a loss of over half the population. Throughout history, elephants have been at risk of being hunted for the ivory in their tusks. Ivory was used to make snooker balls, piano keys, and many other things. What can be done? Well, many conservation organisations work to save endangered animals. These include the World Wildlife Fund for Nature, Born Free, and the International Union for Conservation of Nature, as well as many others. Why not visit their websites to learn more about their work? Some people become involved in fundraising for these organisations. There are actions we can all take to help endangered species. Many of these actions involve sustainable resources. These are things that are produced with little or no damage to the environment and wildlife. Don't buy products with unsustainable palm oil in them. Many species will have lost their habitats due to palm oil plantations. And you may have heard on the news last year that a lot of the big supermarkets were working towards making food without palm oil in. We can reduce the amount of plastic we use. Not only is the way plastic made harmful to the environment and wildlife, but plastic often ends up in the oceans, damaging marine life. You could grow your own plants in your garden or a garden box, and that would support the wildlife where you live. It's not just species hundreds of miles away that can be endangered. You could write your local member of parliament asking what politicians are doing to help endangered species. I'd like you, as a piece of work to go with this, to write me a fact file on an endangered species. There are 2 templates that can be downloaded from the Year 4 webpage that you can use, or if you go to Twinkle, you'll find there's some to-dos for the golden lion tamarind, a jaguar, a mountain gorilla and a orangutan, where you can fill in an online fact file. There's also a second video which is a bit of a guessing game. Can you work out the endangered species and score maximum points? Have a go at it, and I'll see you soon.